What's up, YouTube? Adam Grover coming back at you with another video. Just going to show you the progress. Try to sum it up quick. I'm tired. I want to get inside. I just packed everything up and I figured I'd make you guys a quick video of the progress I made this week. I've been trying to thrash on this thing to try to make a track rental, which is next Friday, or this Friday coming up rather. But I don't think we're going to make it. So I ran into too many problems too last minute, and the car is too far away from getting done. So I'll show you what I did get done, which probably won't seem like much, but it was a lot for me, at least the way I'm feeling it. We got the radiator in, hoses on. Still got to wire the fan. Belts on. I did all the accessories and noticed that the water pump or crankshaft needed a spacer. So my friend gave me the spacer and everything I needed to put that on. I had to grind the tensioner, so this belt just barely clears. Got the harness all done for the ignition. Coil mounted. Had to pull the inner wheel wells out of the car. Regulator mounted. Fuel lines are all hung up. Batteries moved to the trunk now. Added ground cable. What else? Fuel pumps installed, fuel filter, hose for the booster, a lot of little things done. Radiator hold downs. I made the rubber part for the radiator to sit in because this car here didn't have any of that. This had a big shroud that came off with the fan and all that went on the little 4-cylinder. So then here, don't mind the car, I got a bunch of crap in it. Carpet's in, center console's back in, headliner's all in and hung up, all the stuff's put back. Which is, if nobody knows, I did this headliner myself. The headliner was falling in this car, and it had like a vinyl headliner in it. So I bought some headliner material off Amazon, some spray glue, and cut it all and did it all myself. Glued it all together and used the factory board. So it turned out pretty good. I think it's beautiful, to be honest, but somebody who's a professional, you know, they'll probably find something to pick it apart. But for my first time doing it, I'm really happy with it, so I could care less really what anybody says about that. Shifter boots all in, pedal assemblies all in. So I put the kick panels and the rails on. Columns all back up, buttoned up. I got to put the back seat back in still, because I had that loose for doing the battery, which I'm still playing with. I got a bunch of crap back here, but this is let's see if I can, there we go. So this right here is just aluminum C-channel, and then I got some quarter 20 all thread and made all that stuff to hold the battery down. All that's from Lowe's, wing nutted so I can get it on and off quick. And the battery box I had laying around. So, and this hole here is for a vent, which I don't know if I'm going to use or not, but I've never put a vent on a battery box. Oh, that's where that went. I was wondering where this stud went. I still got to do the hangers for the exhaust, but the exhaust is all done. I'll show you guys that in a minute. And all the fuel stuff. one thing I forgot to show you was the MSD box, which is under the front seat. All the wiring goes through the carpet. That wire there, this is a programmable box, so it actually comes up and plugs into the laptop. USB. So that's that. Like I said, the whole harness runs through the carpet, and it'll be tucked away in the kick panel. I still got to tie all that stuff up and everything, but I still got to put the visors in. You know, there's a lot of stuff that still needs to be done, and I gotta go over this whole entire car. So, and then under here, let's see, got tailpipes, which, like I said, there's no hangers, so these things I can move them around. They're just zip tied up right now. So I still gotta tighten the exhaust up and all. You can see the exhaust all done. Not the prettiest, but it's V-banded pretty much all the way down except for the headers. And then fuel system. So you got your crappy little fuel filter into a Carter pump, and the line runs down the car. I don't know if you guys can see it really. Still got to cut all my ties and stuff, but runs down the car and then goes into the Holley regulator that's under the hood. I don't know who did this, but I guess the previous, well, it's a one owner car, so there's only one or two people that could have, but painted the door panels like Chevy orange. And yes, it's zip tied. I zip tie my fuel line. I never had a problem with it. I don't like drilling holes in the car if I don't have to. Try to keep these things as original as possible when it comes to putting holes and stuff. I don't like putting extra holes when they're not needed. I don't care if it's to hold something or not. The zip tie stuff on the fuel line, man, I love it. I never had a problem using them. I usually use them for fans too, but this one came together with the correct ties, which I've actually had problems with. So the steering is all in. I think I showed you guys that manual rack and all. Kind of see it down there. All brandy new tie rod ends, poly bushings, the whole deal. So a lot of work. I gotta pull that carburetor off. I gotta put the pump springs in it because I didn't have any, and I rushed and threw it on the car to make sure it worked, and it does work, but I just gotta put those pump springs in and that'll be good to go. Then I put the throttle bracket on, adjust that for the cable and all, and have that all hooked up. So new starter solenoid, which that's another problem I'm fighting. The car doesn't want to crank with the key. If I jump it, it cranks. It's a effing nightmare, to be honest. But I'll figure it out, I guess. I don't really have a choice. So I cleaned the dash and stuff up. Did some little stupid crap just to make me feel better about myself. Started cleaning the interior up. Seats all vacuumed. I still got to shampoo them and stuff and clean them. This one I just wiped down the vinyl. It's got tears and stuff in it, but no. 40-something-year-old car. What, 46 to 80, so yeah, 46 years old. So this is pretty cool. Still has the instructions on the little wood spare tire cover. I thought that was pretty neat. I'm actually probably going to put this back in. I ordered a new hatch carpet for it. I got to order new spark plug wires because I noticed one's torn, which I don't know how that got torn, but I noticed it earlier that we got a little ripped wire. So I got to do plug wires, new plugs, because it still has the plugs that I bought the motor with in it. Tighten the headers back up. I got to go over every nut and bolt from front to back. Motor mounts, rack. I think the steering shaft's tight, but I'll check that. Tie rod ends, transmission cross mount, transmission mount, drive shaft, which I'm gonna end up switching the drive shaft to the aluminum one that I got, because the drive shaft in this, it's not even tight yet, so I'm just gonna throw the aluminum shaft in it while I got it half apart. Tighten the rear shocks up because I had to drop the rear down in order to get the tailpipes in. Make hangers for the exhaust. Figure out my no crank issue. Clutch cable. Put that in, adjust it. Put water in it. I'm not going to run antifreeze until it needs it. Make sure there's no leaks, which the trans and the engine oil's been good. It hasn't leaked anything out, so that's okay. But as far as the coolant system goes, make sure there's no leaks. Wire the fuel pump, wire the electric fan. I like that stuff on switches, but I'm trying to keep this clean, so I'm still up in the air of what I'm even going to do with that. Because I really don't want to put a switch panel in the car. But I have a nice one. I just don't have anywhere to put it that looks clean, and you know, I don't want it to look all raced out. I want the car just to be a nice cruising car and run well, have fun with it, and you know, do what I want it to do, but not look all race card out with switches. And you know, I don't want the fighter jet look inside. That's what my other car is for. That one can have all the switches in the world and look like I'm ready to blast off into NASA. But this car, I want to keep it clean, and you know, if I can find like a 2 or 3 switch panel to put in it somewhere that's nice and not bad, then I might do something like that. But I gotta look in there and see what I can come up with. Honestly, I might have somebody 3D print me like a switch panel that drops in the ashtray or something like that, so I can flip it open and just turn whatever on and close the lid and, you know, shut them off when I'm done or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there. But still waiting on the back wheels to come in from Jegs, VMS. My dad told you guys, if you watch his channel, that I got the 10 holes for it. I have the fronts, the skinnies, but I don't have the backs yet. So I called up. I ordered these back in February, and the front ones came quick. The rear ones I called, they said 6 to 8 weeks. That was 6 to 7 weeks ago. And then I called again, and they said another 6 to 8 weeks. And I'll probably call again, and it'll probably be another 6 to 8 weeks. So I don't know what's going on with VMS with that, but you'd think they'd have enough 10-hole wheels to last them a lifetime, but I guess they didn't think they would sell the way they do. I don't know. Anyhow, then the rest is stupid stuff really on the car. The major things are tighten everything, go over every nut and bolt, fuel pump wiring, fan wiring, coolant or water or whatever, clutch cable, and just went out of my head. Figuring out my no crank issue because it's intermittent. 1 minute it'll crank, then it won't, then it will, then it won't. I'm thinking it might be a ground related issue. That's how it always seems to go whenever you put the battery in the back. So I'm probably going to have to add a ground or do a better ground to the battery. I used what I had laying around, so I might just have to bite the bullet and buy some more stuff. I've spent, every trip to Lowe's was $30-something for this thing. So, and I made probably 3 or 4 trips. So I spent like $200 on this thing this week just in hardware, belt, hose caps, the stupid crap that nickel and dimes you. Bought a new hatch carpet for it. That was $120 or something for that. They make a nice 5.0 one that I wanted. I was going to buy that one, and then it ends up being for the newer year, of course. They don't make that one in the 80, and they are different. This has the back seats one piece, and the whole thing folds down, where the newer cars have separate. They have 2 seats in the back. Each one folds down. You can fold one down or both down, whatever. This is just the whole thing. The whole thing folds down. Whole back section. So, neat, but frustrating when you want to make the car nice and see the little 5.0 badge and the thing. I could have it embroidered or whatever, but I don't know. I don't really want to spend the money to do it. So, I got to do that. I want to get floor mats for it. This is like stupid stuff just to make the car nice. Got a subwoofer I'm going to put in it. Amp, radio, speakers, you know. Stuff to just make it a nice driver. But to give you guys an idea of what the car is going to end up being. You know, that's the road it's going to go down. So I'll pull the sub out probably when I race it because the sub's pretty heavy, the box and all, but we'll see what it does with it in. If the thing goes to 12.0000, then it's getting pulled out. So, but that's pretty much it. I don't think it's gonna make the rental because I only have realistically like a day and a half left to work on it. So that's a lot. A day and a half to work on it, and then I got to figure out how I'm going to get it there because I need a trailer. My trailer's used up. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, I don't think it's going to make it. But might be a good reason for it. Who knows? So it is what it is. I'll get it together, and I know it was going to break. It's got to open that rear in it. In the last pass, I was going to be an idiot and send it, so who knows? Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe it would have broke it and the thing would sit for another 6 months. Who knows? But I was going to try to get you guys something to give you guys something to watch and try to go down a racetrack because I haven't been down a racetrack since my Blazer, I guess. Yep. Blazer was the last thing I raced down a track, so that would be, it was when my son was a newborn, so about 4 years ago now. So, well, that's pretty much it. There's your update on that. And then I got another project in the midst that's going on too, which I'll tell you guys about that more so later on when it gets closer to I guess being more concentrated on. I've been getting stuff for it, but you know, things get put on hold and everything else, so. But I've been getting some stuff done on that too. So Sorry, guys. I'm whooped. I'm ready to go to bed. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. So, that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry it's been a while since made any videos. Still going to try to get Bob on. I got to talk to him and see when he's able to get on there. He got some data on the car the other day. Did pretty good. So that's going to be exciting news to see and hear about. So I'm looking forward to getting him on here and for you guys to see and hear for yourself. Alright, guys. I think I talked your ear off enough tonight. Thanks for watching. If you like this stuff, like and subscribe. Catch you guys on the next one.